If your industrial manufacturing business is growing at 5 to 7% annually, you might be pretty happy. You might think everything's fine. But let's be honest. With today's inflation, that's actually revenue stagnation. And here's the troubling reality. Doing the same things you've always done isn't going to fix it. We all know Einstein's quote well. Let's take your current marketing budget, for example. I bet, just a suspicion I have, that it looks a lot like last year's, probably with some minor tweaks. I mean, maybe you adjusted which trade shows to attend or slightly modified your digital marketing spend. But here's what you might not realize. The fundamental rules of B2B sales and marketing have dramatically shifted. Consider these sobering facts. Only 28% of Google searches now result in organic search clicks. Over 70% of vendors on complex purchase shortlists were actually known to buyers before they started researching. In manufacturing, your 9-person buying team doesn't want to talk to sales until they're 67% of the way through their 9-month buying journey. And 80% of the time, the top name on the short list wins the deal. These are the kinds of facts that represent what's going on, and I believe this is why we need to completely rethink our approach. And we ought to use a zero-based budget sort of methodology. Instead of tweaking last year's playbook, we need to start at zero and identify every dollar in activity based on today's market realities. Your new strategy really needs 2 major shifts. First, marketing must build trust and familiarity long before prospects even think about buying or considering a project. This means creating content about topics your buyers care about, not just your products and services, delivering that content in formats they can actually consume, video, audio, and scrollable social, making bold, differentiated statements that cut through the noise. And second, your sales approach must evolve as well. Waiting for inquiries or hunting for active projects isn't enough anymore. Your team needs to become expert consultative sellers who can create opportunities, not just find them. As you incorporate these shifts into your forecast, you'll find a number of lines in your forecast and budget that must change using the zero-based revenue growth approach. Now, every company and situation is different, but here are some that I would say are pretty ubiquitous. First, running some sales math. Figure out how many reps and how many leads you need in order to hit your targets. In a world where around 50% of reps miss target, this could mean some changes in personnel, headcount, and resource allocation. From there, you almost certainly need to budget for sales training and some sales recruiting. You'll want to ensure that your process, playbooks, and other sales infrastructure are updated to meet the current situation. Marketing dollars will need to shift from what you've done to what needs to happen. And that likely means reallocating from some standard digital marketing to more pre-awareness, thought leadership in various audio and video formats. You'll find some links below this video to all the data and resources I've referenced, including SparkToro, Trust Radius, Pavilion, and 6 Sense. If you're ready to break free from stagnant growth, it's time to take a zero-based approach to your revenue strategy. I'm Ed Marsh, and I help middle market industrial manufacturers accelerate their growth. Let's talk about how to transform your sales and marketing for today's reality.